Ladies and gentlemen, Intelligentsia Noir.
Outside.
What's going on, team? Welcome to the Intelligentsia podcast. Today, my guest with me is this is going to be interesting. I'm excited to have this gentleman in the building. Go ahead and introduce yourself real quick.
Hey, man. You say it's why you stutter a little bit, man? This is DJ LowP, man. You know, out here in Amarillo, man. The Yellow City. Yeah, man, I'm all the way from the East Coast.
The way East Coast, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, what's up with you, man?
Man, I've been taking it easy. Just as we were talking about in the kind of the preamble, getting ready, just trying to be more consistent, man.
Yes, sir.
I've been in here trying to put out more content, and so I've been collecting content and trying to talk to as many people as I can, and then work on as much music as I can, and build the clientele up a little bit more. So
that's some dope stuff, man. I see you got big things going on over here, man. Just I don't know. Some people say this is not it, but this is more than enough. Like I would say, bro, like you're doing it big. This is some real stuff over here. I don't know if I could cuss on the show, but like
the show absolutely allows cursing. I promise you that.
This is some good shit. But yeah, man, I'm out here as a DJ. Just trying to make it. Just same thing as you, man. I'm telling you, consistency is key. It's key. I could preach it, but sometimes I don't even do it. Sometimes
I think a lot, not we all, but I think a lot of people would fall in kind of that same trap or category.
I feel you, man.
As it were. Okay, so you already put it out there.
Yeah.
You're a DJ. Let me ask you this, man.
Yeah.
For those that don't know, because I'm not gonna pretend like I don't know you, but for those that don't, give us a little bit of insight into your journey in becoming a DJ and how you got here.
Man, that's crazy because it's like being a DJ, man. Everybody makes it look easy, there's so many DJs out there now, like they kind of come up with just whatever, They buy a little mixer, they don't even know how to use the vinyl, like the old school when you got all the crates with you,
right,
like
yeah.
Nobody does that.
Bit.
Yeah, Jazzy Jeff. So there's a lot of other DJs out there that you could look up to, Well, for me, man, it's a crazy journey because as I could put it simple, dude, my dad was once a DJ. I saw what he did, and I was like, man, I love just making people move. I love to see people happy, creating an experience. And funny thing, man, he was like, yo, here you go, here's my mixer. It was like an old vinyl. I don't even remember what it was called, but I remember playing some Michael Jackson. And I was like, yo, this is fire, and I see my little brothers dancing. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm gonna do it. And they started with the backyard, just the cookouts, family cookouts.
Yeah.
Then boom, it blew up. High school, they started, booking me and stuff. And I was like, yo, why not? So all my cool peeps, they were like, yo, we want him to do it. We want him to DJ. So it was like, you know what? And the good thing about it is because with my history, man, I'm from Africa, so
Okay, what part of Africa are you from?
East Africa.
Okay.
East Africa.
Represent it then, man. Say it loud.
East side. So that's like, that's Burundi, Congo, Rwanda, but I'm originally from Burundi,
Okay.
And that's just been like one of my biggest inspiration as a DJ, put my people on the map, I give respect to all the West Africans, man, for doing that. You feel me? And they started in the UK, doing those big things, big shows, and now to the point they got festivals. So for me, that's what I want to do too. I see that as my big bros, as my big sis, just to be able to get like to the point where we have our own stuff.
Yeah.
Like the East African music. And for me, like we're trying to create the Bantu because that's our tribes, the Bantu sounds, So that's the biggest thing for me. It's like more of as a DJ, it's like to, of course, it's like a storyteller in a way because a lot of people don't even notice it.
Yeah.
Like whatever you play is kind of storytelling,
Agreed.
And sometimes it's like it's storytelling through the beat or through the actual like vocals and lyrics that's being played. So not a lot of people notice it, but like as a DJ, man, it's been real like that. So yeah, that's me.
So,
Yeah.
since you were talking about like where you're from and the sound, you're DJing,
Yes,
right?
sir.
When you do mixes and you're doing your music, do you like do a lot of music from your region, or do you do a lot of music from different regions?
Dude, different regions.
Okay.
Funny enough, man, I was just playing some on my piano for South Africa. I was playing some Hindu music from India.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just cool, man, how different sounds can have similar BPMs, like beat per minute for those who don't know. And when I could mix them up and make it into an original sound to mash it up, dude, that's some dope stuff. So I don't say like I'm good, I'm great, but like it's just that I like to be able to say, man, like when you're able to play different kinds of music, there's so many different audiences that will appreciate it.
If you
'Cause-
nice, say you nice, man.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
nice, say you
yeah.
nice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Nah, facts.
You
Yeah.
don't gotta, you don't gotta be. I mean, I don't think everybody likes a little bit of humility, but you don't gotta be so humble here, man. If you're nice, say you nice.
You gotta
man.
be humble, man. That's how you get it, But
Yeah.
now I feel you, bro. Like it's really dope though, like to be able to play different genres, cause not
Yeah.
a lot of guys can do it. Like if a hip hop DJ is like, nah, I'm just gonna play hip hop, bro. Like that's it. Sometimes you could definitely move the crowd. I'm not gonna lie. If
Agreed,
you're nice,
yeah.
you're nice, as you said it. But if you're ever to play different sounds, man, some audiences will come to you and be like, yo, thank you. Like, and for me, it's experience. It's not just like, oh, yo, I made sure everybody was dancing, like that's for me, it's like big. But if I'm able to like get that person that just sitting over there, they're like, this is not my kind of vibe, and then is able to create that, like, oh, bro, this is actually fire. This is dope.
Mhm.
They hear their vocal on a beat that's like, I don't know, like on a hip hop beat, and then you have like some sort of Hindu song playing in the background. They're like,
Right.
whoa, I didn't know
Yeah,
that
that's
could
hard.
come
Those are hard,
together.
yeah.
So those kind of stuff is dope, bro. Like, that's the way I kind of applaud myself. Like, originally, I'm definitely like an Afrobeat kind of DJ, and that's like my go-to because that's what I learned, But
Right.
because I'm not really like an Afrobeat, that's not where I'm from.
Right. Because that's West African.
That's
right.
West African,
Mhm.
but that was what was hype, and that's
Of
what
course,
gets you
of course.
money.
Yeah. Making a
That's
lot of
what gets you
headway.
paid.
Yeah.
So that helped me out. But when I was playing Somalian music and, they were hiring me at like, public events and stuff, that's dope. That's even bigger, So it's like I could go ahead and play some bachata and they're like, whoa, what is that? And I'm playing some merengue, so, all this kind of stuff. So it's like cumbia from like Mexico,
Mhm.
like there's kind of different things that you could kind of educate yourself as a DJ, man. Don't limit yourself. That's how I look at it.
I remember one time we talked, and
Yeah.
you were saying like it's hard getting around as a DJ sometimes because I can't remember how the conversation exactly went, but you were talking about you were at like an event or like a bar or something like that, a club, and a cat all he played was techno the whole night, and you were like,
Oh,
you were like, yo, can like, and like people like expect you to be like the same dude, like they want you to play techno all night or something like
bro,
that.
that's real. You're right. Funny thing though, like that cat ended up being my cool peeps. Like even now, I talk to him, but it's because that was the kind of environment I
Okay,
was
so
in.
that
You know
was-
what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, of course, they're gonna have like techno festivals. There's gonna have same thing. How I say even with Afrobeat, they have now festivals. You know what I mean? So it's
Mhm.
like those are the things that you want to get to. However, if you're able to play variety different kind of songs, variety different type of genres, and you're able to mix it together without even like people, that's it, they're not noticing. They will notice, but they're able to say, whoa, this is fire, bro. Like, oh, I'm coming from techno to hip hop, then hip hop to R&B, from R&B to like Afrobeat, all this kind of stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like there's that kind of club, but I wish we were able to have like a techno afro and like all in together,
Right.
like a mashup, how we call it in a way, like you just mash everything up together.
I'm gonna be honest. Like since we've met, I've been saying like I think you're gonna be the cat that does lead the way into that, especially around here. I think you're gonna be the dude that leads the way into that because like the other DJs and it's no shade.
Yeah.
It's no shade at all. But backgrounds and stories matter,
Facts.
right?
Facts.
and you and I know you can say this about anybody, but your background and your story is so much different than anybody from this
Yeah.
area. And because I got a homeboy, excuse me, I have the art space,
Yep.
right? There's a bar like 2 buildings down from there,
Right.
right? And I have a homeboy that DJs like twice a week, maybe 2 or 3 times a week,
Mm-hmm.
right at that place. And he's dope. He's dope. Like I think he used to be a b-boy. He's
Mhm.
DJ'd some events for me. And he has a pretty deep understanding and taste in music, but y'all don't DJ the same. And I think if you're looking for, if people in general
Yeah.
are looking for something new, looking for something that speaks to, like, I always say, like, people don't know what they don't know.
That's facts.
Or people will say, like, this is the mix I didn't know I needed. This is the
Facts.
something I didn't know I needed.
Yeah.
And there is something that people need. There's something that people are looking for. And I think you're the jumping off point of that.
Man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, especially in this area, because we don't have that.
Yeah.
Like even our even when you speak of like our African population,
Yeah.
our African population isn't loud
Yeah.
here.
That's
And
true.
so, and so you got a brother from East Africa, which is, I wouldn't say the most different, because we have a lot of Somali people and
Yeah, they're not.
different stuff. Yeah,
The thing
so-
too is like,
but they're just not DJing. They're not putting the music out there in front of everybody.
No, and the thing too is that with me, it's hard because I'm unable to find any spot that really is promoting that kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like whenever I go ahead and like get a point where I could DJ somewhere,
Yeah.
dude, I'm playing everything. I not to say I want to hear it, like, but I want them to know about.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
feel me?
yeah.
And I want them to be hip when they go to Houston, when they go to like places like Austin. It's still in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
but when they go to like places like New York, they're like, oh, I heard that, before. I heard that joint before. So it's like you're not like stuck sitting down like somebody's like, oh, this not my kind of vibe. That's what it comes to where I'm like, yo, it's good to play a variety because now people can hear the song. They're like, yo, I heard that joint that boy set. I
Yeah.
heard that joint this guy set. So those are the kind of things that I feel like is important, bro. And for me, man, that's what makes you as an artist, not just a DJ too. Like I feel like
I'm gonna get to that. Keep going.
people look at the DJs like, yeah, they're just playing people's music.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, dude, like you don't understand the deeper in it. Like I'm not just playing somebody's music. I'm actually going like with the crowd, what the
Right.
crowd wants. And if I could be that, like I'm the first one to hear the song I'm about to play next.
Mm.
So it's like if you don't really have an artist ear, dude, like I don't feel like you're really a DJ. That's why I said there's so many people who call themselves a DJ and they're really not. And
Yeah.
they're playing the same beat over and over and I'm not hating. I love every DJ who can put a crowd.
Right. Who has the confidence to go out there and try to
Yes.
DJ? Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely.
That's huge. But if you're gonna go ahead and say like, yo, I could play it and I'm an artist, then from there that's when it becomes like, okay, what can you really do as an artist?
Yeah.
That's really it, dude. Like I don't know. I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody, especially as DJs, man, because man, we buy equipment that is like thousands and thousands of dollars, and we're over here accepting little money just because we want to show the world of what we can really do.
Yeah.
And we want to create an experience for somebody, a birthday. Wanting you to have the best birthday party you can ever have. And some DJs don't even give a shit. They don't. They just go over there. They know they're good. They're like, bro, I'm gonna get the money at the end of the night, but what did you actually like do that could create another, how do I call it? Like, what did you do that will make the next person say like, yeah, I want to hire him, I want to
Yeah.
hire her, just
yeah.
because.
What impression did you make on those?
That's it.
Yeah, on the people observing you or listening to you. Yeah.
Yeah, bro. Because you could master one genre,
Mm-hmm.
be the master, and you could be honestly stupid crazy.
Yeah.
And I love that, and I've seen a lot of DJs do that. But for me, I feel like there's so many music, and I can't even pick
I agree.
one.
I agree. It's
dude.
hard.
I
It's hard,
can't.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's quick side note, man. That's really like a lot of how my musical journey started. It started out with like writing.
Mhm.
Like I was always a dope writer.
Facts.
And then like when I went off to school, like I saw people that could just go off the top, right? And like I envied that. Like I won't say envy it. I don't want to say envy that because like it's not like I wanted to take it from him or wanted it myself.
Yeah.
Like it just wasn't for me,
Facts.
right? Like I'm not off the top like that. But you give me 10 minutes, that's a different story. You know what I'm saying? Like all I need is
It's
10
like, yeah,
minutes.
I already got it.
yeah. All I need is 10 minutes.
Yes, sir.
But I then it was that, and then I got into music because I wasn't always into music, but then I got into music. Then after that, and I came back, and I wanted to experience music on as many levels as I could, and
Wow.
so like I learned how to play guitar, so like I could be in a band and see what their process was like, and then work with other artists and see what their process is like, and so it was a similar deal. Let me ask you this, because you talked about it earlier, the art of storytelling. Explain to that kind of in the slow-mo version way in a DJ's head how that works, because I know as an artist and as a person that is like multitasking, right?
Yeah.
So like there's this thing where you're actively doing something and it's on like you're like on autopilot,
Yeah.
and you're taking your time, and I'm just imagining from a DJ standpoint and you're seeing the crowd and you're looking at and you see the smiling faces of people really getting into it, and you think to yourself, yeah, I got him.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you think I got him now, this really gonna get him. And then you hit that switch and watch him like blow up.
Yeah.
You know, so let me ask you this, because we were talking about our storytelling. So how do you personally, in your journey in DJing, pull off your art of storytelling? Whether that be, does it happen like like are you at home like listening to your mixes and try to tell a story, or is it a mix of both? Like you have your mixes, which is one part of the story, and then you get in there and it's almost like quarterbacking, because you know quarterbacking, they call audibles, they read the defense different, and they're like, okay, we're gonna move this around, we're gonna shuffle this. How do you engage that?
Man, that's a good question, dude. It's hard because like there's so many different type of crowds,
Right?
you know, and sometimes, man, unless you ask or even know about the actual like club, bar, wherever you're playing, you like the type of people they are, the type of like customers they get, you know, and you don't know like what's going on, you kind of freestyle it.
Yeah.
You say like,
I ran into that, yeah, for sure, yeah.
Like sometimes you say like, yo, I'm going over my like, you know, over, how would I call it? Excuse me. On top of my head, you know. But sometimes I do need that 10 minutes, you know, to just put together an actual sound that's gonna, you know, capture the next song, just because of what's going on in the crowd. So if I go ahead and I go to like a club and I see that there are like, you know, people who are older than, I say, 45, you know, I'm not gonna play some new stuff. A lot of it is not going to go, you know, with them. They're not really gonna like it, or they're gonna feel like, why are you this guy playing with this, you know? So in order for me to introduce them to the new stuff, I'll play what they know. Some sing-alongs. You know, sometimes I'll play like some Michael Jackson.
That was perfect.
You feel me? Like I'll play that where it's like I play some R&B because that was their days.
Yeah.
You know, because that was what they knew. You know, so for me, it's all different. It's all different, and then you have to bring your art into it, because you already know that different crowd, especially if you're DJ different types of music. But if you an R&B DJ and then they give you a hip hop night, dude, you're gonna have a hard time, because one of the things as a DJ, you have to have the crates that we used to carry.
Yeah.
Now there are hard drives, so there's venues that don't have hotspot. Excuse me, not just hotspot, but like Wi-Fi, bro.
Yeah.
So now you're stuck playing what? R&B music, and you're supposed to be playing hip hop. They're gonna rock with you for a little bit, then they're gonna be like, bro, like, do you have like, you know,
pick it up a little
yeah,
bit.
you have some Notorious, like you have some Tupac, you know, they're gonna be like, yo, what's some Snoop Dogg in this, you know? Those are the kind of things that you kind of get into, and you're like, dang, man, I wish I prepared more. So in the DJ, dude, like, where you have to prep as an artist to go like, okay, I gotta write down my lyrics. Okay, that's like our times when we go, you know, actually build up crates. I have a hip hop crate. That hip hop crate is like 2000 to 2004. 2004, 2008. There's different. Like,
yeah.
Lil Wayne wasn't like the big man in like 1999. He wasn't. But in 2004 and up, You gotta
Yeah, he's
listen to
that
some
guy.
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like, I have any sort of like specific timeline on it, but it's just more the fact that like as a DJ, you gotta know like, okay, what crowd do I have, and how am I gonna actually have them moving? That is
Yeah.
all like how I look at it. But as an artist, you know this. It's hard to come up with something sometimes right there and then, but there's people that know because they're already prepped at home. And some
Mhm.
freestyles, not gonna lie to you, they're not really freestyles. They already wrote that.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
They already wrote that shit
That
down.
is that is
and it
absolutely
goes
true.
exactly with the beat that they have. Now it's like, bro, thank you, Lord. For real.
Yeah.
I'm being dead ass. That's how I look at it, dog. Like, if I'm already prepped up, like my old hip hop, the 90s, and I have my like 2000s, and I already have like what's new now, I'm prepped. I'm good. Give me any crowd. I show you. Like, give me a hip hop crowd from young to old or whatever. I got it.
I love to hear it, man.
Yeah.
Cause that's how I felt. I've been in some. I wish I had one of my guys here, man. Man, he. We used to jokingly call him my agent, and he kind of was. He kind of
Yeah,
was.
Yeah.
And he would always be like, "Yeah, hey, I heard they're doing a show over here." He's like, "Hey, I told you this guy you would do this show," and I'd show up. And one time, he got me to do this. It was like a bar,
Mm-hmm.
and these people were not there to hear me. I promise you that. And but like I kind of love that though. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of live off of that.
Yes.
And so like I knew they weren't there to hear me, and he did too. He was kind of like, my bad. I was like,
Yes, sir.
hold on. You know
I
what I'm
got
saying?
him. I
Yeah,
got
yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just gave him the energy, like, and I try, and I'm sure you've experienced this feeling, but I try to
Yeah.
make it like undeniable.
Dude.
Because like some of them start off not
Yes,
listening to you. They
sir.
there and they might be kind of vibing, but like something about your presence and it's something that you're doing and the energy that you give
Yep.
is, and it's like
You
come here,
supposed
yeah.
to listen to me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah. Nah, that's real though. Like, not trying to cut you off, but
No, please.
it's the same thing as like, as a DJ, bro, like personally speaking, because every DJ is different. But personally speaking, whenever I'm in a crowd that doesn't seem like they actually like me, I'll honestly pull somebody and be like, yo, like, what do these people actually, listen to, because that's the artist in you. Because an
Mhm.
artist has to go ahead and research. Sometimes you research to be able to create your own stuff.
Right.
So for you to be able to create your own stuff, if you don't know what people really like, you won't know where to start from.
Mhm.
And from there, that's why I respect like anybody who's an artist, because dude, like sometimes you create things that people would never even think that they will actually listen to, but they have like literally one little thing that came from somewhere else that they are familiar with, and now you create something that it's like brand new, and now they love it because it's like, oh, this is original now.
Yeah.
It's original. So for me, it's so big to be able to say like, okay, I love people that I don't know. I honestly, as a DJ, because now I get to learn so many different things. I DJ a Portuguese party. I have zero idea what they saying. Zero idea. And you're like, on some real, bro, I don't know what they saying, but I
Mhm.
know what made them dance.
Yeah, hey. But music is a universal language, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
I always say math and music,
Dude, there's
universal
like,
languages.
yes,
And music is kind of mathematical.
it is mathematics.
Yeah.
You gotta read notes.
Yep.
Notes are actually math.
Yeah. So-
And then yes, there are some A, B, C, D's and all that stuff when it comes to pianos and stuff.
Yeah, right.
But at the end of the day, it all comes up to math. And it's like if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, like the same thing with beats. You hear the beats, like there's 4 beats or 6 beats or 8 beats, all that. So it's like it's math.
It's
So it's like when you kind of get that gist of it, dude, you already became an artist. But there's basics to it. If there was 1, 2, 3, 4 in the beat, you wouldn't know that it has 4 beats.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't know. So there's already a background that kind of gives you that kind of understanding, and then you become your own artist by creating a remix.
Yeah.
That's it. So as a DJ, that's what we do. We remixes everything.
Okay. It took me a while to get into the theory of music because I was always on the other side. Even as an MC, even as like the vocals, right?
Mm-hmm.
You understand timing, but it's almost like this innate understanding of timing, right? Almost like if I can clap with the beat, I can rap to the beat.
Yes.
Almost kind of thing.
Yes.
But then there's rapping offbeat. Now there's people who rap offbeat and it's not good, but there's a way to rap offbeat on purpose, and you rap on the upbeat or you rap on the downbeat, and then you can rap on the downbeat and transition to the upbeat, kind of thing. And so there's levels to it for sure, but it took me a little longer until I started learning to play an instrument that I got into like the theory of music, as it were.
See, for me, man, I don't even play instruments. Like the only thing I play was drums. But these are like traditional Burundian drums, and these ones are like the same thing. It's like 4 beats, basic, and I loved it because you could create whatever. With 4 beats is dope because you could like intertwine at the second one, Bah, you could do whatever you want. You could go off beat if you want, and you could go back into the 4 beat. But if you got an 8 beat, now it's like, okay, you gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah.
In order for you to interject and do whatever you want, you know what I mean? So for me, it was so dope because once I learned how to drum, like traditionally, like how they really drum, I understood what DJing was really like. And for me, I started reading BPMs, the beat per minute. So as a DJ, if you learn beat per minute, bro, you could go from 100 to this or whatever you want, honestly, because you already understand it, especially with the crowd. That's when the song matters more than the beat.
Okay.
So I could say, for example, like I could come from an Afrobeat type of vibe, right? And I know there's a mainstream song that everybody knows. And it could be like the DJ Khaled, like how I played before, like the DJ Khaled. All I do is win. Everybody knows that song. I just say everybody, but
most people, yeah.
Like I would say like 80% of the club knows that song.
Right.
I could come from an Afrobeat, like popping, like everybody's sitting down, and I pulled up bro, everybody's gonna stand up. Everybody's gonna feel it because it could be you on the mic like, oh, who's winning tonight? Oh, what's going on? Like you could be doing whatever you want as a DJ. That's the offbeat type of stuff.
Right.
You just be talking. Like you're trying to get people to like,
the
time to last.
Yeah, you become your own hype man at that point. Yeah, you hyping, yeah.
You're not even your own hype man, you're hyping them. So they could basically
absolutely.
And that's when it becomes like, oh shoot, I'm an artist too. Because I'm making them move, but then I have the help of the songs, of course, to go ahead and make them even hyper. So that's where it becomes a thing that, how I look at it is that there's importance in knowing your music, but also know your actual mathematics, which is the BPMs. Then from there, bro, you're a DJ. But some DJs, they look at it like, oh, I could just play techno. Techno, I got a lot of is the easiest thing you could DJ. Same thing with Amapiano, because Amapiano is kind of like the techno, but it all matters what you play next too.
Yeah, because
you could be playing techno, and then you come from up, down, out, and people don't like that. They want to keep like a consistent. You come from down, up, up, up. Then people want to take a little break. Then you could go take it down a little bit. People want to.
Yeah, you can let them breathe a little bit.
People want to get drinks. They want to, they want to be like chill and stuff. And then after that, that's when you bring it back up, And that's why it's so important. Read your crowd. Read how they are. If you see them all tired, bro.
I was following that story, man. I was seeing you in the club, like watching them. You were like I'll let y'all get something to drink. Yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let you go get that number real quick.
Yeah,
bro. Take a break, breathe.
Yeah, like for real, like it'd be like, yo, where the ladies at? Where the single ladies at? And then they like you play something for the girls. Now they feel themselves. When the shorties are feeling themselves, the dudes will come up.
You're right.
They'll pull up quick. I'm telling you, bro. And that's what spends money. And that's why it's like, where are my single ladies? Raise your hands. Like, yo, put your hands up. That's where the outlets comes from, bro. And people are like, yeah. But those are the things that some DJs don't have. Like, for me, I didn't have that.
Right.
Personally, I didn't have that. I didn't know how to move the crowd. I moved the crowd with music.
Yeah.
But there's a DJ, which my favorite guy, man. DJ Famous, bro. 401. Because there's a bunch of DJ Famouses, but 401. He taught me how to DJ.
Okay.
I watched him. He's every move, bro. I didn't get paid for this. I just went over there, just watched. And he'll be like, yo, open up for me. Open up. I'll be like, okay, cool. Bro, I sucked. Like, I'll play like, and then this is where my flows will come in, where I will play like different type of music, people don't know this. People don't even understand it. But with him, he knew the crowd.
Yeah.
That's why he's